Hi again, it's Debbie. Welcome back to my channel. So this is an art haul. This is everything that I have either bought or been gifted since my last art haul, which was in May. I'm having a hard time believing there's this much stuff that I didn't already own, but somehow there is. A few of the things that I'm going to show you today, I also covered in my May favorites video. So if you watch that, you're going to be seeing some things twice, but if you haven't watched it, then this will be the first time you see it. So one of the first things that I got was this set of Ohuhu markers, and they're brush markers. Let me find the zipper. Oh, and everything that I've gotten has been bought from Amazon unless I say otherwise. So this is a set of 160 markers. They come with the case, and each marker has two ends. There's a brush tip, and a fine tip. And I really like these markers because the brush tip is a little bit stiffer. I don't like it when the tips are really soft. So I like these. The only thing that bothered me about them, and it's easy enough to fix, is that the weird order that they put them in. They're not in any kind of color order. So I'm gonna, so that's all that's on that side. And then here's the colors that are on this side. So there's a lot of them, a lot of nice, pretty colors, and I can't wait to get into them. But I am gonna rearrange the colors so that like all the pinks are together, all the blues are together, all the browns are together, and stuff like that. So that's that. Next is the Zebra mildliners. You may be familiar with mildliners that are used for bullet journaling, but these are actually brush pens. So I have a thing going for brush pens this month. And these are new. They're very mild colors, but they're really cool to do. Let me get a piece of paper here. A certain effect on. Piece of paper. And again, this was on my top five favorites for May. So what I like to do is take one of these markers and just write a word, like say hello. And you know, that's dark enough, but it's also light enough that if you want to write over it or something, you can. And then I take a black pen and we'll stretch out the word. I should have written it taller. Anyways, it looks kind of cool when you do it with the really light colors, and do it larger, and then do this smaller. But anyways, these are kind of neat. I like these, and I like the colors, and they're a nice firm tip, so I like that about them. Okay, what else? The Derwent graphic line maker in sepia. I have these in black and I have them in gray. And I bought them in the sepia color, and so they come in the 0.1, 0.3, and 0.5 sizes. And they're just nice if you want something a little different, if you're doing some art and you want a little different effect to use the brown instead of the black or the gray. So I like those. And then I also bought the Derwent graphic line painters. These are paint pens, which are similar to Posca's. You have to prime them to start them. So you shake them to get the paint mixed up, and then you pump them to get the paint flowing. And then this is, let's see if it says what size tip it is, 0.5, 0.5 tip. So that's kind of a nice alternative to Posca markers. And I got them in this set, this set of like jewel tones. And they come in other colors too, but I wanted to try out these colors because I really like these colors. Next, what I use, and if you've watched any of my journal flip throughs, I've mentioned that my favorite pen for journaling is a Uniball Signo. And recently I was given this Uniball Signo 207, which is the same one as what I use, but it's a needle point. and it's a 0.7 millimeter pen, but when you go online to look to order it, it says it's a needle point, and so you can tell that it's a little bit finer point than the regular Uniball Signo. I don't think you can tell by me right now. You can't tell a difference. That's the regular one. But you can tell by writing with it that it's a little bit finer. And I don't understand how it's still a 0.7 millimeter tip, but it's a needle tip. So if anybody understands that, maybe you can leave a comment. And then also I was gifted this micro, and it's a 207.7 millimeters, but it's a much finer writing tip. And I like that one too. So those were kind of cool. So I bought a set of those. Let's see, what else do we have? Then another pen that I use in my journal is this Pentel Energel. And it's a 0.7 millimeters. Nice, writes nice. The only thing is I got the metal case, and it's a little bit heavy for me. I didn't want a cheap looking plastic casing, but I didn't realize how heavy the metal was going to be. So I do like the ink. It's gel ink. I like the way it writes. I like the tip size, but I just don't know if I like the casing and how heavy it is, but I have been using it a little bit. Another thing that was a gift is this Kakuno fountain pen. This was a gift from a friend of mine. This is a fine point. I usually buy medium point, but a fine point is great for outlining art. If you're wanting to do something like that. And it comes with 2 black cartridges, and they're permanent ink. If you're looking for something, some people do like to write with a fine point, but I prefer a medium point, but I do like using this for outlining art. And then the last of the pens that I have is I bought this TWSBI Echo in a medium point. I have a bunch of the other colors, but I didn't have purple, and purple was my favorite color. And this is Noodler's Aircore ink, and it says it's a blue-black, but it looks more blue to me than that. But I like these pens. These are a really good reasonably priced fountain pen. If you're just looking to get into fountain pens, I would highly recommend getting a TWSBI Echo. I have, like I said, I have several of them, and I really like them. Compared to some of my more expensive ones, I really like these and use these often. Okay, that's all the pens. Let's get into some art supplies. Last month, I showed you the Stabilo woodies that I bought. Well, I also bought the pastel ones. So they come in a set of 6 colors. And these are great for like making backgrounds or something like that. I don't know if you've ever used them. I haven't used them much, but like if you want to just color on a piece of like watercolor paper or something like that, and then take your paintbrush and a little bit of water, and it'll smooth out that that texture, and it'll give you a real pretty background. Or you can use it for outlining or filling in images or something like that. So I think they have a total of 12 base colors and 6 pastels. Next, something else that I showed on my favorites video is this Hobonichi 5-year journal. It's from 2022 to 2026. I decided that I wanted to kind of do like a little blurb for every day of the month, and have something to go and look back on in 5 years and look back on my memories and stuff like that. The cool thing about this is it is a Hobonichi, and so it's Tomoe River paper, which I love and I've talked about before in my journal flips. It takes fountain pens very nicely, and I use a fountain pen when I write in here. It also has, so it has on one side, it has a space for each day of the year. And then over here, it's got a blank page for anything that you might want to summarize or whatever you might maybe draw something or something like that. So this is an A6 size. about 4 by 6, maybe a little bit bigger than that. And it comes like this. This is a cover that I made, just some acrylic paint on some paper, and like you did in high school when you made those little grocery bag covers for your school books, textbooks. I just made a cover for it. So that's that. But while I made that cover while I was waiting for this to come in. This is from Galen Leather. It's an A6 cover, and I bought this for my Hobonichi. It's got 2 pockets on here, and then it's got like a little slot right here, and then it's got a pen holder. It's gray leather. It comes in natural, and I want to say one other color, but I don't remember what it was. The only problem is it doesn't fit the Hobonichi because the Hobonichi is so fat. So if you had a regular size, like maybe a 100-page journal or something like that, it would fit it nicely. But this is, whatever 365 divided by 2 is. I can't do math right now. But this is significantly fatter, and so it doesn't fit. So that just means that I have to go off and buy something else that will fit in this cover. On to more art supplies. I bought this set of Schmincke Seascape watercolors. It's 12 colors, all blues except for one white. It's a special set that they put out. And right now, if you're interested in getting these or any other Schmincke watercolors, Jackson's Art Supply that's in the UK is having a great sale on Schmincke colors. So you might go over there and check out what they have on sale. Some of their like individual tubes are like half price or something like that. So you could really pick up, they've got some good prices on some of their sets too. So I really like the Schmincke watercolors. And then I also, last month I showed my A Gallo watercolors in the blues and the greens, and then I went and I ordered the signature set of 24 colors, and they come just beautifully packaged in this nice box, and then it's wrapped in this watercolor paper, hand painted watercolor paper, and then it's in this metal tin, and I haven't swatched these yet, but there's 24 colors, and they swatch them for you on watercolor paper. So these are the actual colors that the set comes in. That's on watercolor paper, so you can see what the colors look like, and they're just gorgeous. I really like this company. They you can get them from Jackson's, but you can also get them from A Gallo. The only problem is they sell out really quickly. Like they go on sale once a month towards the end of the month, and within a day they're sold out. So you have to know what day they're selling them to be sure that you log on to their website and order what you want. And they've got different kinds of sets. Like I said, I bought the blue and the green set. I think I have them right here. Yeah. Just if you didn't watch that other video. These are so pretty. I really like these sets. Here's the blue. Just all different shades of blue. And here's the green. These are the colors that I use the most in my artwork because I do a lot of sea and oceany type beachy art. So I use these colors a lot. Anyways, those are A Gallo if you're interested in those. And then one last thing is this book that I ordered, which was also in my 5 favorites, Stunning Watercolor Seascapes by Colby Bloom. I recently watched a video that she did on a night scene with clouds, and she is an excellent teacher. Very easy to understand, breaks it down into steps that are easy to follow. And so this book is like your typical watercolor book. It goes through supplies and color theory and how to do the different kinds of techniques. And then she starts with different exercises on different paintings that you might want to do. And they start out fairly simple, and as the book goes on, they get a little more complex. I did this one, it's right here. I did this one. It took me several tries to even get one that looked this good, and still, it doesn't look quite as good as hers, obviously. But it wasn't as simple as she makes it out to be, but her steps are very easy to follow. It just takes a little while, you know, a couple different tries to get to where you get something that looks similar to what she did. But like I said, she breaks it down into easy to follow steps. She's got some beautiful paintings that you can do here, and I really like her as an instructor. So that's something that you might want to check out. Okay, I think that's it. That's everything that I have that I bought this month. Hopefully there won't be too much more, for my wallet's sake, there won't be too much more that I buy over the next month, but if there is, I'll be doing another video. And then the only other video that I have left to film, I want to do my June favorites, my top 5 favorites for the month of June, and then I might do a video on packing art supplies for traveling, because I'm getting ready to go on some trips and I want to take some art supplies with me, so I might just go ahead and videotape while I'm packing all that stuff up. So I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and have a great week.